Hello and welcome back to another video. If you are a returning subscriber, hi, how are you? Thanks so much for clicking on another video where we are going to be talking all about budgeting today and how to prepare for our paycheck. And if you are a returning visitor but you are not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. What are you doing? Come on, you know better than that. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button and I'll learn how to talk. Whether I can talk or not, make sure that you are subscribed, that you are hitting the post notifications, and you are liking this video because I love having you guys here with me and sharing this journey with you. And if this face right here is new to you, hi, hello, how are you? Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it, and I hope that you learned something from this video and it inspires you to start your own journey. But first, let me actually introduce myself to you. Hi, my name's Ryler, that stands for Rachel Eiler, and I'm on a journey to figure out my life personally, professionally, and financially. So thanks so much for joining me on this video. Like I said a little bit earlier, today we are talking about budgeting and getting ready for that paycheck because it is pay week. I love pay week. Who doesn't love pay week? If you don't love pay week, well, you're probably a billionaire. We are going to be breaking down our paycheck today. I'm going to show you how I, on a low income, do divide my paycheck up into different envelopes, from my variable funds to my sinking funds to my savings challenges. So anyway, I'm gonna stop talking. Let's get right into budgeting. So of course, all we need to break down our paycheck is some paper and a pen, which we have, but instead of using loose leaf this time, for me, I just wanted to create a cute little budget breakdown for you guys, so you didn't have to look at boring pieces of paper. But obviously, totally fine. Loose leaf is fine. Plain paper is fine. A sticky note is fine. Whatever works for you. I just really wanted to create this so you guys can see a little bit better and I can divide up my paycheck. Also, so sorry I sound a little groggy. I just woke up from a nap. I'm now on a weird new schedule where I work third shift, so I work overnight. And I just woke up, and this is like the only time I have to film. So this is what we're working with, so bear with me, guys. So the way I did this, though, is I did divide bills, cash envelopes, my sinking funds, my debt, and my savings challenges. And pretty much, you can divide this however you want, and you can have however many categories you need per week, per paycheck. It doesn't matter. Again, this is just kind of how I divided it up. And you can see, I already filled out my categories, so I have rent, I have my energy bill, my student loan, which I also put separate from my debt student loan because, again, I have two different student loans, my car insurance, and my subscriptions. Over in my cash envelopes, I have groceries, gas, eating out, coffee, personal shopping, and weekend fun. And then moving down to my sinking funds, where we have probably the most envelopes, which is, it's fine. We have 1 month ahead, moving, oil change, haircut, furniture, wedding, Christmas, home, gifts, emergency, travel, flight, car rental, island fun, character, and food. Those last little few are part of my travel binder, which I still consider to be my sinking funds. So let's just jump right into it, right? So this is for the week of September 23rd, payday, woohoo. Very excited for that. My income this time, again, is an estimated income. I just combined my total side hustle because it wasn't a lot this week. Just sold some clothes online. So my total income estimated is $13.66, so about $100 more than usual, which is great. Every penny, every dollar counts, right? So to start with bills, that is something I always start with because it is, to me, these two are actually the most important categories for budgeting. Sinking funds, yes, of course it's important, but to me, these are the things that I rely on mainly with my paycheck, right? I have to pay my bills, I have to get groceries, I have to get gas, these two are probably the most important envelopes to me. The sinking funds envelopes are important. They're definitely priorities of mine. However, at the end of the day, if I can't stuff a sinking fund envelope, I can't stuff it because I have to meet these two requirements first. But of course, this is more flexible than this. So starting with some rent, my rent did go up. I already put half of it away in my last paycheck, so we're good for October. Unfortunately, just like everybody else, rent did go up, which really sucks, honestly. Luckily for me, it didn't go up as much. I know other people, it went up hundreds of dollars, so I'm kind of lucky. Mine only went up like $80. So my rent now, half of it at least, is $300. We used to pay like $5.70 each, so a little less than 600. I got a little sparkle somewhere on my piece of paper. I don't know. I feel like ever since I got a Cricut, all I see are these little sparkles around my office, so that's fun. So $300 is going from this paycheck to my rent, so we are all good for October. That's $600 in the bank that we have now. My energy bill did go down because we're turning off our AC, which is nice. So now that is only $40. Again, I do see, here's another one. Here's another one. What? I'm telling you, all I find are these little sparkles all over my room. All right, take two. So my energy did go down a little bit because we're now having our windows open more, so we don't have the AC running as often. So again, this is also something I split with my roommate. This month it was $80. Now my half is only $40. My student loan never changes, unfortunately, because that sucks. So that is $400, of course. So sad. My car insurance, this is something that is new. Again, I'm only kind of I'm paying a little less than half right now for this paycheck. It is due at the end of October, but I want to get ahead of it now. Well, by getting ahead, I guess, I mean, I want to take half of it now and half of it next paycheck, and then I have it for the end of the month, because that is when it's due. So I have $40 set for my car insurance. Wow, we're getting a lot of fours this time. I just realized that. 444. Now, if it could only be $4, that would be beautiful, right? But no, we have to add those little zeros right there. But that's okay. And then we do have our subscriptions. My subscriptions aren't changing. I did cancel one subscription, but then I got a different subscription, which cost the exact same. So that's going to also stay the same. Altogether, it'll be $44. Wow, again, with the 4. But I am glad that half of my rent is not $400. And that is all of the bills. So altogether, my bills this month is $801. That's total. Which means time to actually say what we are cash stuffing today. Drum roll, please. $565. That is what we are going to be budgeting for our cash envelopes this week. Again, it's not that much. It's only like $65 more than my last cash stuffing, which is fine, right? Like every little extra dollar counts. My bills aren't really any less. I mean, they're a little less than last time, but not by much. So yeah, so we are going to be stuffing $565. So let's move over to my actual cash envelopes. I keep saying cash, why? Let's move on to my actual cash envelopes now, where we are skipping a few. I do have a challenge for myself just because I am going home in a few weeks. I am challenging myself to not eating out and not getting coffee. That is probably the two hardest things on the list of things to do. I am going back to giving my groceries its usual amount. Oh, I just got that marker all over it. I am going back to, what am I saying? I am going back to my normal grocery amount. So that's the goal. Just don't eat out, no fast food, no restaurants, because again, I'm going out in a few weeks with my friends and family when I go home to New York. All right, so groceries is getting $70. Last week I only did $50, which actually did work out. We stretched it pretty thin, but I made more soups and stuff, which was fun, which also lasts us quite a bit longer. I think fall is all about soup season. I love a good soup, and so we made that, and that lasted us a few days, as well as I made chili, which also lasted a few days. So that worked out for me. Gas is also getting $50. I have been filling up a little bit less. So I'm kind of hoping we won't use that whole $50, but if we do, it's okay. The reason why I say I hope we don't is because, again, I'm driving to New York. I'm not flying to New York. So, I just want to make sure that I'm going to budget. But I mean, even so, like, I'm going to budget more next gas pay period anyway. So it's fine, like, obviously, if we can't. So 50 for gas this week. Eating out, we are getting nothing. Coffee, we are getting nothing. Oh, that's so painful. Personal, we actually don't need anything. So from the grocery store regarding hygiene or anything like that. So personal is getting nothing. Shopping, we are getting $10. Weekend fun is also not going to get anything. Again, my weekends are going to be boring. No, I'm just kidding. Again, weekend fun is because I am going again out in a few weeks to New York. So I want to make sure I'm prioritizing elsewhere so we can hit it later. So for our cash envelopes, we are specifically going to be stuffing $130 towards that. Okay, moving to sinking funds now. 1 month ahead, we are going to be giving a little bit more money to, if you guys don't know, the last couple paychecks, I have been choosing a little bit of smaller numbers. I've been doing the 25s, I did the 40. I am going to pick a bigger number this time, and that specific number is going to be 80. I sigh because I don't know, 80 does feel like a lot, but again, like I'm taking my time with this 1 month ahead. I'm trying to just always stuff something, and I realize that if I put all of the bigger numbers off until all the smaller numbers are done, it's just gonna really suck for the next couple paychecks and whatnot. And again, like I know I also don't have to fill out specifically like a full square on it, but I really would like to if I can. Per example, actually, for moving, I typically do $100. That's what my tracker says. But again, because I just have so many other things to stuff, I'm only going to be putting in 20. The biggest thing to remember, and I think I've said this earlier, every little bit counts, right? Every time you put $1 in an envelope, that counts. Every time you put $3 in an envelope, or 20, 80, 45, 33, whatever the amount you want to put in, it adds up. So don't forget that. Don't feel bad if you have a goal on your tracker to meet and you don't meet it. That's totally fine. Because here's another great example, right? So my oil change is coming up at the end of the month. Actually, literally this week. And that's going to cost a lot of money. I got the quote from my mechanic, and it's going to cost over $200 probably because I need so many things done. So I'm just trying to get as close to that as possible. I know it probably won't happen, but the closer I get, the less that I would have to pay off on a credit card, right? So my plan is just to make up the difference somehow by putting on a credit card and then maybe adding a little bit more to my credit card sinking fund the following paycheck to pay that off. That being said, oil change is going to get 75. I typically have only been putting 25 or $20 in, and because I wanted to prioritize other things that were coming up, and now it's time to prioritize that oil change. So $75 to there. Haircut, we are all set for my haircut next week, so that is not getting anything. Furniture is also not going to be getting anything. We're going to hold off on that right now. Wedding is going to get $25. My friend's wedding is also in 2 weeks. So the last little thing I had to get for her is her gift, and that should actually put us right at the cap for it. Christmas is getting $11. And home is getting $5. I know I'm going to need some cleaning supplies soon and whatnot, so I want to add a little bit more to that. Gifts is going to be getting nothing as well, just because I am prioritizing wedding and Christmas this paycheck. So gifts is going to get 0. An emergency is going to get $2. Travel, this is now moving on to my travel binder. So travel specifically is not going to be getting anything this time. It's going to be the lightning round of 2s. So flight, car rental, island, fun, character, and food is all going to get $2. Again, every single dollar counts. I am hoping to start adding more to the travel binder when, things calm down a little bit between my oil change and the wedding and everything like that. So because the wedding specifically after the next wedding I have specifically is my brother's wedding, and that is not for another year. So I have some time still to save up for that. And personally, I don't need a lot for that, mainly because I have to get a dress, which should not cost a lot because we're allowed to choose our own. And not only that, but I will be moving. So a lot of my cost for traveling back to New York, if I get a job back in New York, will come from my moving expenses. So, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So anyway, $2 across the board for a travel binder. Let's move over to our last two categories, which is student loans and credit card. And just a reminder, these student loans are different from this student loan because I have federal loans and then I have private loans. I have been having trouble still, I really have to call them still, with getting into my account and seeing how much federal loan debt I have. I'm literally dreading this. No joke, guys. No joke. I feel like it's a sign as to why I can't get in, because I'm literally going to see the number and I'm going to drop dead. But it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Anyway, so student loan is going to get the same amount of 75 like usual. My credit card debt, pay your debt, is going to get 30. And last category is my 10K savings challenge. I am going to be picking 2 envelopes this time. Last week I didn't. I only picked 1. Technically, the 100 envelope challenge is supposed to be for every week. I'm kind of mixing it up. Sometimes I'm going to do 2. Sometimes I'm going to do 1. But if I do 2, it's always going to be a small number and a big number. So my first envelope that I think I'm going to be doing is 60. And the second envelope is going to be another lightning round of the 2s. So 60 and 2, so $62 is going to go to the 10K savings challenge. And I think that's all. Well, that's it for today's video. Thanks so much for joining me on this chaotic mess right here. I hope you learned something from it. I hope you are able to understand your own budget a little bit better. Seeing how I only have so much money to divide up is a lot, but every dollar counts. I know I've said that a lot throughout this entire video. Every single dollar counts. Every single dollar. It counts. So do your best. If you can't stuff all your envelopes, that's totally fine too. Again, like, it's important to just start somewhere. I do hope that you all are doing very well on your own financial journey. Let me know in the comments below how you are doing. I want to hear from you. I love getting comments. I love replying to you guys. I do reply to every single one. Also, make sure that you are following me on my social media below. I also answer DMs there. Make sure that you are subscribed everywhere. Hit the subscribe button here too, please, because we do have another video coming out later this week where we're actually going to be taking what we budgeted and applying it to our cash envelopes. And that's all she wrote for today. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you next time.